Hello gorgeous, today I'm teaching you how to stretch without getting injuries. My name is Lily Jasmine. If you're new here to the channel, feel free to subscribe. And if you are not new and you have already subscribed, welcome back. Today we are stretching, so I brought a mat with me because it's very important to first lesson of stretching and not getting injuries is protect those knees. If you have a mat, knee pads, or anything you can put on your knee, this is your moment. Pause the video and get it. Now that you've got your mat, we gotta talk about the difference between static and dynamic stretches. If you are a dancer like me, a trained dancer like me, you probably grew up thinking that you had to sit in a certain position in the splits and whatever for 3 to 5 minutes and just wait for the pain to subside. And then once you feel like you can go a little bit further, then you have done your job. A lot of people still stretch like that, myself included, until 6 months ago. I know this sounds like a Telcel commercial. Until 6 months ago, I realized I was doing it wrong and I started to incorporate dynamic stretches into my routine, or actually, I just do dynamic stretches now. So the difference between dynamic and static stretches is static, the word kind of already says it, is static. You keep your stretch in one spot. You just try to let your muscles get used to the new position. So let's say if we are doing, I'm already warmed up, so don't do this if you haven't warmed up. So let's say if you're doing splits, you're just sitting here and just waiting for the pain to go away, or here, or whatever. A dynamic stretch, on the other hand, is a stretch that keeps moving. You keep moving with your breath, or whatever makes it easier for you. You can count, you can do whatever, but you keep the movement there. Especially, a lot of people talk about dynamic stretches and keeping the movement in the stretch as a form of warm-up. And yes, it is a form of warm-up, but it works just as well when you just use it as your stretching routine. I've been doing that and I've been making huge steps. So let me give you a few examples of how you can make a stretch dynamic. You try, let's say we have a back stretch. We are here, we are on all fours, we have done some cat-cows because this is warming up. We've done this to warm up our back, la, la, la. And then at the end of our workout, we're like, okay, now we're getting down and dirty and we wanna get our back stretched. Either if you have a block or something that you put your hands on, or if your shoulders are not as flexible yet, you just place your hands on the floor and you push down. Instead of holding the stretch like this, you'll go down for a breath out, and then you come back up a little bit, and then again. And you try to push a little bit further every single time, but you just keep the tension there for a few seconds. So just 1, 2. You do that 8 to 10 times per stretch that you do. So whatever you're stretching, you do that same movement. So you go 1, 2, and come out. And again, ta, ta, come out, and ta, ta, come out, and you push further and further. Same thing, let's do a little split exercise stretch. So we are here, we're in a low lunge. You have your legs like this, you push down and you push out with your back foot, and then instead of holding it like this and just staying here and being like, okay, let me wait for those muscles to relax, you go bend and stretch, and you push your heel to the back, bend and stretch, and you feel the stretch real heavy, and then you release the stretch just a little bit, and then you go back to your tightest point and back. And same with this. We're doing a little hamstring stretch. You're here, you can bend your knee and stretch. Let me show you. Bend and stretch, and bend and stretch. Yes, static stretches do have a moment in my practice, but only to check if I made progress, never to actually stretch. So let's say you wanna get your leg higher. You wanna be able to do this, or like even further, or whatever. You might be here and you can't stretch your knee out. Instead of just holding it like this, like I said, we'll hold in a bend position, and then when we breathe out, we try to point our toes instead of going like that. We try to point our toes further. So we're here, and then we stretch here, and then we stretch here, stretch here, and stretch. And you can, every time you pull it a little bit closer when your leg is not fully stretching or fully in the most tight position, and then when you stretch it out, you try to go a little bit further each time. So I hope that helped with finding the difference between static and dynamic stretches. For me, it has helped so much. I am not 15 anymore. I can't stretch when I'm cold. I can't stretch if I'm just sitting in static stretches all the time, because I will get injuries, especially my hips, so prone for injuries, and probably you are the same. Most people are the same. So make sure that you warm up properly with dynamic stretches, because these are also all my warming up movements, and then try to really push yourself after a workout, after a class, when you're a little bit warm, after you've done all your dynamics or the dynamic stretch routine to warm up, and then start to push yourself. But do not just do static stretches. Let me know how this goes. Leave a comment if this was helpful and if you like to see more videos like this. And then I hope to see you back for next time. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on anything.